it is, as we've said previously, a historic development, a historic opportunity for teachers on the Isle of Man. We'd be looking at accessing one of the special pay scales in the UK School Teachers Terms and Conditions document, which would raise teachers' pay. And also it addresses the issue of the incoming teachers starting at £30,000, which Boris Johnson has said will come into play in the next few years. So we'd be ahead of the game on that already. And the department has also committed to decreasing the length of time spent in the upper pay scales, which means teachers will be able to move through the pay scales much more quickly and access higher pay earlier on in their careers.
Whilst this is undoubtedly a step forward for the National Education Union, there are other unions involved, of course, that have been in negotiations as well. And of course, we heard only a couple of months ago this sort of historic coming together of all the unions. So what communication have you had with other unions that are also going through a very similar process?
Well, we were all working together and we're on the same path. Because of complexities between the unions, some of the other unions or the other unions have gone into dispute, which the National Education Union hasn't, fully prepared to if it was necessary. So we've sort of kept on the same track as we've all been on. They've sort of deviated a little. And then when we did, we've had very meaningful and very productive meetings with the department. And then when we met with Manx Industrial Relations on Wednesday, that's when, we negotiated a deal. And like Jess says, we feel it is a really, really good deal for the teachers here on the island. It's maintaining the links with the school teachers documents. It's keeping that which keeps everyone safe here and yet gives us more and recognises the work we do and some of the issues we might have financially on the island.
I wonder what your reaction is this morning, because we did speak to one of the members of the NAHT, the National Association of Head Teachers, who is sort of dubbed this whole agreement a way for government essentially to divide education unions. What's your reaction to that?
It doesn't really make a lot of sense, because why would we do that? What possible benefit would we and our members have of doing that? That it's just a bit. I don't understand it, I'm afraid. That's all I can comment on that comment.
Well, as you say, other unions are balloting at the moment. You, as a union, are the only ones not to be. But this decision or this agreement in principle is, of course, still subject to agreement or the majority of your members. So what are the next steps? What's happening?
Well, we're holding an information meeting on Monday between 4:30 and 5:30. We are currently searching for a venue suitable to hold enough people on short notice. But that will be an opportunity for members who have questions or concerns to raise them with us, for us to brief everyone and do it in that personal way where they can have that interaction and that bit of extra understanding. And following that, we're hoping to close the consultation on Friday and go with what our members have opted to do. And we are recommending that they accept the offer. We do feel genuinely it's the best offer that can be achieved through negotiation, and we feel it benefits our members, absolutely.
And in terms of size, because as I say, it's not always easy to keep track of which unions which when you're not in the industry, if you can put it that way. So how many people are you representing, just to sort of put it into a bigger picture for people?
We have approximately 650 members in total. But we do include some support staff in our membership, and that does include supply teachers who are not under contract with the department in the same way as a teacher who has a contract. So once those people are accounted for, we have approximately between 550 and 600 teachers in our membership who are contracted and employed by the department. And as we understand it, the department employs between 800 and 850 teachers. So by our calculations, that gives us a sizable chunk of the teaching population that we represent.
I think you made one thing I'd like to raise now as well. You made a very good point there when you're saying that people in the industry find it hard to understand, with the different unions and what's going on. And I think it's fair to say as well that even the teachers and the educational people who haven't been part of the last few months, well, the last even almost couple of years of negotiations, would find it difficult to understand what's been happening and where we're all at. And I think for us, for the National Education Union, we want to keep teachers safe, we want to keep pay safe, and we also want that extra which this deal provides. It's very, very good deal.